Hello everyone, welcome back to Gloucester Golf Centre, myself Joe Lovery. Today I'm going to do a video of some putters under the price of £125. So say you were going to a pro shop, you've got £125 to spend on a putter, you don't know what's best, then this video is for you. So the first putter in today's video is the Wilson. Now this is part of the new Infinite range. As you can see on the back, they're designed in Chicago. And this one has the great name of The Bean. Apparently they're named after different places in Chicago and different restaurants, etc. So this is actually in at £89, so well under budget, and it's got a milled face. You can see there the double milling on the face, and this one here is also counterbalanced. So what they've done, you've got more weight at the top of the grip and more weight in the head, and supposedly it's going to act like it's a little bit more anchored, and it's going to give you supposedly a bit more of a stable stroke. But if that's the case or not, we'll have to have a go in the video. But as I say, £89, a milled putter. It's a pretty good price. So you've got the sight lines there at the back. They've obviously heavily put in the sight lines. So you can see there the three white, two black lines, and then the two different lines there in the actual milling. So that hopefully, when you're looking down on the ball, is going to give you a real good sight line. The other part here is the white line there across the top, and that is going to be the width of the golf ball. So that gives you a good idea where the center of that putter is. Grip size on this one is not standard. It's a little bit chunkier than standard. You can see there if I have my thumb on the grip, you can see it's just a little bit larger. Certainly larger than sort of pistol grip. It's more of like a 2.0 pistol grip. And you can see there it's got the Wilson staff embroidered with Infinite at the top. The second putter I have here is the Odyssey Whitehot. Now I know a few of you are going to be saying, but Joe, that's an older model. It might be, but pro shops still have these and they are good putters. I mean, this one is in at £85, so well under budget again. This is the number 9. This unfortunately is the only one we've got. Now I've got the Vline version of this. So I personally really like the feel. So having putted one of these before, I know sort of what I'm going to expect, but it'd be cool to kind of show you guys. Great thing about this one, very simple shape. You can see there, similar sort of top line as what the Wilson had, showing you the width of the golf ball, showing you hopefully where square is. Then again, just the centered line. Now this is the number 9, I think often used by Phil Mickelson. Don't know whether he actually used the Whitehot version when he did, but the idea is just an inserted face. So rather than the milled on the Wilson, this actually has an insert. I've also got another putter actually from Odyssey in this test. You can see there, just comes with your very standard Odyssey grip. I mean, if I put my hand on there, you can see it's not the biggest grip, just your standard grip. And the most expensive putter in today's test, at £110, is the Vline Fang. So this is the Whitehot Rx range, so it's slightly newer than the Whitehot. The idea is, you can see on the face there, they've added some oval milling rather than just the clear. And the idea is supposed to add a bit of friction and get that ball rolling faster. As it does or not, we will have a look when we give them a try. I do really like the shape of this. I had a number 7 in my bag for a very long period of time. It's slightly similar, a little bit shorter in sort of depth this way. Like the sort of alignment, everything sort of curves into this, into the front of the face. You can see there the two strong black lines. And that's actually really handy for picking your ball up off a green. You can just scoop it up, flick it into your hand. Which I know is probably not what it's designed for, but it is quite cool. Again, similar size Odyssey grip. So we'll give them all 3 a try. We'll give them all a roll in a second and see if we can pick a winner. So the first putter in today's test, we're going to start at the cheapest, £85. This is the Odyssey Whitehot Pro. Now, it's a number 9. You can see it's heavily toe balanced, and for guys that watch my videos a lot, you know I'm more of a face balanced putter guy, so this probably isn't going to suit me, but it's mainly the feel of the face. And as I say, this is all my own opinion. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to give you the best knowledge you can so that when you go to a pro shop, you can make the most informed choice. First time every time. I wish, but I mean, the actual weight of the putter, this one is a bit light for me. It's certainly on the light side. It's, you know, it's designed to kind of the head, obviously the weight being in the toe, it's designed to sort of rotate and move. It's quite light. I say I've got a Whitehot. I really like the feel of the face. For a lot of people, it's too soft, and that's why they brought out the Whitehot Rx. I'll agree on slow greens. Yes, I mean this one, okay, it's running at about 10 in here. On slow greens, you do have to hit it a little bit, maybe slightly on a longer putt. But that for me has been one of the only downsides with the Whitehot face. I like the fact you can't hear the strike very much. It's quite a quiet strike, quite subtle, but I find the ball roll is awesome. Soft feel all the way across. Wasn't expecting this with this one. Soft feel all the way across the face. And yeah, I just really like the I really like the feel on the face on these. I feel as if I understand, you know, for people that don't like stroking putts, if you tend to find you hit them or don't like hitting them, sorry, these are gonna feel a little bit too soft for you. And then you'll be looking perhaps more towards the Whitehot RX or maybe more towards the Wilson. But I haven't used the Wilson yet, so I'm assuming, obviously being a milled face, it's going to feel a bit firmer. This is super soft, so if you really like a soft feel for your putter face and you have about 85 to 89 pounds, somewhere around that kind of region, you're probably going to find a Whitehot might be quite good for yourself. So, time for the Wilson Staff. So this is a counterbalanced putter. Now, I like the feel of the grip. The grip for me is a nice size. I use a 3.0 Super Stroke. You're probably about the thickness of a 2, going up to a 3 towards the top. It kind of grades down throughout the grip. I'm a little bit apprehensive actually for how this is going to feel off the face. I genuinely haven't hit any putts with this yet. Let's have a look. Definitely got a little bit more weight than the Odyssey. I'm surprised. Let's hit one more. Okay, it's a lot softer than I thought it was going to be. I expected a much firmer feel coming up through the handle. It's actually very soft. The only thing I will say is with the alignment, when I'm putting the putter down, the 2 black lines surround the white lines. So you've got a white line in the center, 2 black lines, and then 2 white lines at the end. For me, there's a little bit too much going on there at the back. There is too many lines pointing towards the target. I can see who they've done it for, but for me, it's a little bit overwhelming. I can't quite figure out where the center of the putter is because that white line kind of hides by those dominant 2 black lines. And for me, it makes it really difficult to judge where the center of the putter is. Weight-wise, certainly a little bit more weight than the Odyssey, but the Odyssey was very light. Obviously, it's counterbalanced as well. I don't normally like it counterbalanced. I can't really feel it on this one, I have to admit. It does feel quite stable, so maybe that's what I'm feeling. Obviously, they haven't gone for the excess length at the top. Yeah, I mean, I like the finish, but for me, there's just too much going on there at the back edge to sort of really help align myself. For some people, you might like it. For me, it's just a little bit too much going on. So the Whitehot Rx. Obviously, the main judge here is on the face. They do a whole range. I recommend looking at the Odyssey website to view the entire range. Main thing here is the feel of the face. So apparently this is going to be better than my Whitehot. So let's see. First impressions, grip's quite thin, but I have just come from the thicker Wilson. Nice weight actually in the head. Okay, let's try one more. Certainly a slightly different feel to the Whitehot. There is a slightly more metallic feel. What I mean by that is it feels slightly harder. It's not quite as soft, and you can hear there's a bit more of a click. And I'm pretty sure that's that top layer, because I know they went to the Works face, which had the sort of metal milling over the top, but I think they had a problem with those where grass kept getting stuck between it and the faces would peel. So with these, it's actually kind of fused on. I mean, it feels solid. Does it feel different to the Whitehot? Marginally. Would you notice it? You know, if you blindfolded me, would I know? probably only by the sound. If I was wearing earmuffs, then no. There's not a significant difference, or I don't think there is. Obviously, without viewing detail on Sam's, it's tough. But I mean, you know, I use a Whitehot, so I personally really like the face. You might hit this and go, okay, it feels a little bit firmer than the Whitehot. Actually, that's going to work better for me on the greens I play on. If you play on slightly slower greens, you know, this could feel even better if you didn't want to have to hit the putt as much. I mean, yeah, solid feeling putter. So just a quick recap. The Whitehot Pro, I really like the feel of the face. For me, it feels very solid. I'm not so sure the number 9. I personally rather it in more of a face balance feel, but I mean, I did hold a lot of putts with it, so can't really complain. For me, I'd like a slightly thicker grip, a little bit more head weight, but I really like the feel of the face, very soft. Yep, so then moving on to the Wilson. I do like the feel of the face. I really like the grip. Not so sure about the counterbalance. For me, just a little bit too much going on at the back of the putter. Couldn't quite find out, you know, couldn't feel where the center was. Be nice if there was sort of a dash on the top here or something to kind of simplify that. And then the Whitehot Rx, obviously the newer range of the Whitehot. Lovely feel off the face again, similar to the Whitehot Pro. Is it miles apart? No. Is it slightly firmer? Yes. So if you do feel the Whitehot's a bit soft, go to the RX, have a try. Again, I personally would like a slightly larger grip, but that again is personal preference, and a grip's what, 20 quid. So it's not the end of the world. So overall, if I had to make a decision which one I get, I'd probably have to go towards the Whitehot just because I'm currently using one. I mean, I pretty much could pick any. That's the one I've personally chosen. Does it make a difference to you? No, I'd highly recommend coming in, trying each one, seeing which one you think feels best. But hopefully that gives you a good overview of putters under £125. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I've been in the AT Putt Lab again. If you'd like to come and have a session in the AT Putt Lab. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Please make sure you subscribe, like, share. That'd be really appreciated. And look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.